from Backfit.
And Jessica, I'm your model today.
Thank you for being our model today. Okay, so we're going to do a proper warm-up today. We're going to do 6 Pilates beginner exercises. I did say I was going to start you from the beginning, so hopefully you'll all be happy with the amount that we do, but also you'll feel the changes. And you can always feed back to us as well. So, are you ready to begin?
Ready.
Okay, so we're going to start. We've got a mat under our feet, which is what I said to you, to get a nice comfortable mat and somewhere where you have enough space around you. Jessica's going to stay facing forward the whole time. I might move around. Okay, so we're going to just soften the knees, feet hip width apart. My hip bones are here, so I'm following a line down, and it should land between my big toe and my second toe. And then my weight is nicely distributed into my feet, so I'm not leaning forward and I'm not leaning into my heel. I'm just nice and even. So just play around with your weight to see where you are. And then literally just keep your knees slightly soft. Okay, we're going to go into shoulder rolls. So head in position, neck in position, pulled up and pulled in through your center, and then raise your shoulders up to your ears and slowly circle them back and down. So as we raise, we breathe in. And then squeeze the shoulders back, and as you push down, right up, right back, right down. That's brilliant. And again, just up, right back, and right down. We've got one more like that. Right up, right back, and right down. Beautiful. Bring your hands up onto your shoulders. Keep those knees soft. Keep the core pulled nice and in. Keep your chin in. Don't want your head to fall forward. And off we go with the elbows. Round and opening up the shoulder on a short lever, which means half the length of your arm, so that we don't have too much pressure straight away. We have 2 more of these, and then we're going to long arm. You're going to take your right arm. So one more here, and then your right arm, carry on round. So all the way, yes, not your right arm, Jessica, you're just going to have to keep an eye on your mother. All the way around. Oh, sorry, I dropped that arm down. That's lovely. And one more. Stretching, trying to keep everything as still and straight forward. We're going to go with the other arm all the way around again, not letting the ribs lift and flare, but just circling the arm. And we have one more from here. Again, breathe. Oh, beautiful. So that's the top half for now. We're going to go into a waiter's position. So as if you're asking for some money, that would be good this time of the present climate. And then just rotate the hands out to the side. Keep the elbows fixed and into your body. Breathe in. I'm going to take that sideways and blow. So you should see that you've pulled up and pulled in, and you're rotating the shoulders, opening the shoulders nice and wide, and then breathe in. We've got one more. Good breathing, Jess, thank you very much. And gently release. Well done. Circle the shoulders over. Just literally hands on your hips. Keep your pubic bone in good position, pulled up and pulled in, and just lift your heels off the mat. That's lovely. Unfortunately, Jess and I are in a mirror position with the camera, so it's all reversed. So it doesn't really work for us, but that's okay. One more on each. Lovely. Now we're going to go into knee hugs. So we're going to lift up on your left knee. So lift up, bring the knee into your chest, and slowly lower down. Those of you with balance issues, have a chair handy for this, and you'll hold the chair. So holding the chair. Bringing it in. Okay. And again, up. We've got 2 more. So lift. And then your last one. And lift. Lovely. So it's just a little bit of a warm up. Okay, shoulders set in position. We're now going to go and do some roll downs. If you've never done roll downs before, please watch on at least the first one. Roll downs are probably the most important Pilates exercise. So I'm going to stand facing that way. You're probably going to face the same way, are you, towards the mirror? This way? Yeah. Okay, and we will roll down together. What's important about roll down, Jessica? I don't know. It's really important that you go very
I got it.
slowly.
Slowly.
Slowly. Do you remember why?
because if you go too fast, the muscles and ligaments in the back will tense up.
There you go. So if we go too fast, like a fishing rod, okay, it will tense up the spine and you'll have no flexibility. So the reason Pilates is so good is because we do it with the breathing, we do it while we're going slow and relaxed, and that allows more movement within the spinal segments. Going down, and you imagine one segment at a time rotating. So I'm going to stand sideways. It's the best position to see this in. You can stay sideways if you'd like. Okay, so we're facing each other, which is hilarious. And then we're going to soften the knees, because you always start with soft knees. You take a nice deep breath in through the rib cage, pull up and pull in through your abdominals, and then you're going to, as you breathe out, push your chin in, rotate your head round, look for your navel, and then place the weight on the front of your feet. Keep your head curving round, relaxing the arms completely so that they dangle towards the floor. There's almost no weight in my heels at all, it's all on the front of my feet. I'm going to stop and breathe. And then breathe out, pull up again, squeeze through my abdominal muscles, keep looking up at my navel and come to where it's comfortable for me. That may not be where it is with you. Big breath in. And then as you come back, squeeze the abdominals, work through the gluteals to really pull yourself back up, one segment at a time. So from the bottom of the spine now to the top of the spine. So you're restacking every element of your spine. Okay, back into your nicely upright, lifted position, and perhaps a little more weight towards the heels as we stand and prepare for the next one. So this time we breathe in. You can come with me now if you feel you've seen enough. If not, just watch again. Breathe in, breathe out. Curl the head round, put the weight forward, tuck the chin right to your chest. Slowly, looking at your navel the whole time, arms and shoulders are relaxed. Release all the tension. I'll stop here because you may need to. Breathe in, breathe out. Tuck the abdominals, reaching for the floor. Every time you do this, you get lower and lower. Take a breath in, we come back up on the out breath. Squeeze again, abdominals, gluteals, abdominals. One step at a time, slowly, slowly. Around we come, suck the navel in, keeping the rib cage down, and readdress your shoulders. Put your spine on top and back into your neutral position. We're going to do that again with Jessica, and I will talk her through it. So you want to come forward, and I'll talk as if it's you doing it. So take a nice breath in, shoulders relaxed and down. As you breathe out, you've lost your breath already, big breath in. As you breathe out, chin comes right in, head goes down, looking for your navel. Weight on the front of your feet as if you're falling forward. Relax through the shoulders, slow down, squeeze the abdominals, keep your weight on the front of your feet. Breathe in. Now as you breathe out, squeeze the abdominals more, lowering down, head's tucked round. That's beautiful. Okay, in that downward position, take a nice lateral breath. As she comes back now, she's going to use the gluteal muscles and the abdominal muscles to come back through the spine from the bottom. Each segment, slowly raising up, relaxing the shoulders, keeping them away from your ears. So she's keeping tucked. Tuck more, she's sort of blocked. And then stand, and then yes, it's really hard. And I get that you're all going to be trying that, okay. We'll do one more with me, so you can go back again one more time. So again, here, shoulders, and chin, below, squeeze, abdominals, relax everything else. Allow the spine to release as you lower your arms to the floor, looking up at the navel. We leaning forward on the front of those feet. In that position, take a nice breath. And again, one more time, return. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Coming up as slow as you can. Chin on your chest, back into your feet, and then restart. Well done, that was brilliant. So, that was your Pilates roll down. The proper way, we would then carry on and we'd do downward dog and some press ups. We're not doing that because we're beginners at the moment, so we're just going to lower ourselves to the floor. So, Jessica, what I'd like you to do is bring your mat to here. Okay, so as I said to you, Pilates is great for everyone, but especially if you've had back problems or joint problems or any other issues. So, it's very important that you learn to find your neutral. So we're going to first of all find your neutral, Jessica. So you need the heels of your hands together with your fingers together, and you're going to put them on. Heels of the hands on the hip bones, fingers down and together on the pubic bone. Do you feel that's neutral? Little bit more pubic down. Little bit more. Little bit more. So I'm always moaning about you not sticking your bottom out enough, aren't I? Okay, so she's almost in that nice neutral position, and that's what we're asking for. That's a little bit disturbing, isn't it? Okay, so in neutral position, I'm literally going to ask her to take a nice deep, wide breath in through here. So take a breath through and then blow out and squeeze like we did earlier. This neutral position, really squeezing the abdominals, dropping the rib cage, but keeping the head nice and long and lengthened. Beautiful. Let's do that again. Breathe in, lateral breathe in. Blow, squeeze. This is where you put your hands perhaps on there. You can try that, Jessica, if you'd like to, but you've tilted your pelvis. Put your pelvis down. We're not imprinting yet, we're just breathing. Breathe out, in. Blow. Really squeeze through the abdominals, keep the pubic bone down this way. More, yes, and then still squeezing. Excellent. So even that is quite tough on your abdominals. And then just relax for a second. Okay, so that's your breathing in a nice neutral position. Now yesterday, or whenever you watched that last video, and I hope you did, we have imprinting. So imprinting can also be looked at as a bit of a pelvic tilt. So we're going to go back to the fingers on your pubic bone and hip bones. Float your elbows, Jess, so that it comes straight from the shoulders and push the shoulders back and down. So we're looking at that beautiful open posture around the chest and the neck area. So we're going to take the lateral breath in. And then as she breathes out, squeezing the abdominals, dropping the rib cage, and now gently imprinting the spine. So don't force it down. And what we need to look at is there's no tension in those legs, and there is. Okay, so back to neutral breathing. So you keep doing that and I'll keep talking to the camera. So what's important is that you have not used your legs, and here she has so much tension, it's ridiculous. So she's cheating. Okay, so what we need is all her movement to come from her center. So relax back down, relax back down. Now, blow, squeeze. Ah, better. So you can see her wobbly legs and her wobbly bottom. You can do exactly the same. Jessica, put your hand on the next one, round on your bottom so the camera can see it, and you'll just squeeze harder, let's get some real, and then test. You feel the difference?
Yeah.
Yes, and you can feel the difference anyway, couldn't you? So that's coming from her center, her powerhouse. That's where we want all that energy and strength to come from. Because as we start doing more movements, that will need to be really strong and not coming from these. Okay, so our next exercise, we're going to take a nice, get to neutral, bit more. See, she struggles with neutral. So there should be that little gap underneath your back. Now she's going to take a breath in. As she breathes out, she's going to imprint the spine, which means gently contacting the spine, holding that position through her abdominals. Now she's going to curl the chin to her chest for a head nod. So this is where we're lengthening up the back of the neck. When she breathes in, she can release the chin. You can even accentuate the chin and lift it a little. And then as you blow out, push down with the chin, really accentuating the back line of your neck.
Am I moving any of this?
When you breathe in, relax, go back to neutral. As you breathe out, squeeze the abdominals and then do your chin. So you want to be here first and then here afterwards, if that makes sense. So we're going to pull up and pull in, pelvic tilt to imprint the spine, and then head nod down, really lengthening, keeping the shoulders away from the ears, and then release. That was your last, because that's quite, you can feel that in the neck, can't you? Okay, just to release that now, I just want you to relax in that position. Keep your neutral spine, so pubic bone down further for you, Jess. Okay, hold that as you're breathing naturally now. And I just want you to rotate your head to the camera, give them a smile. So you're going to do the same. So really turn your head, Jess, because you're actually stretching the neck.
Oh, I see.
Oh, I see. Okay, so you want to keep a nice neutral position. You don't want to tip your chin to your shoulder. And breathe in to come to center. And then blow out and rotate. That's it. It's lovely. It's just releasing some of those neck muscles. Sometimes we get too tight in those. Breathe into center. One more time each way. So just rotate round. She's got a lot of hair back there. It gets in the way. And she dropped her chin again. Don't copy that. That's lovely. Long neck. And then back to center. She's got one more. So you're going to rotate away from us. All she's doing is turning the head, keeping it in a lengthened position, and back into center. Okay. Right, from there, I'm going to just do a little bit of a head lift or a neck curl now. So this is where you will lift up. So from this position, float your elbows so that we can see that you're managing to keep everything going. Shoulders back and down, chest nice and open. Back into pubic bone down more. That's it. So starting from neutral, take a breath in, relax. As you breathe out, squeeze the abdominals, imprint the spine, and then lift your head to look at your navel, keeping a gap. Keep going, chin to my hand. A gap of about my 4 fingers. Okay, keep going, you've got first. Oh, yes. And then slowly down. Breathe in and relax, because you're going to go again. Blow, squeeze, imprint first. Most important, we actually stop there. So you can see why it's so important to have your tutor with you. Okay, so we're going to do that again. Neutral spine. Think about it, float the elbows, drop the shoulders. Here we go, breath in. As you breathe out, imprint your spine, squeeze your rib cage. Now, lift the head, keeping the gap. Chin down a little, lengthen that neck, good. Shoulders driving, lift a bit higher, pull. Breathe in as you lower. It's hard, isn't it? Let's go again. Blow, squeeze, then relax, squeeze. Push that down, really pull your tummy in. Tension in your legs, that shouldn't be. Breathe in. Okay, so it's a lot to think of. We're going to do it again. Breathe in, breathe out. Squeeze the abdominals, chin, chest, shoulders. That's beautiful, Jess. And then gently release. We're going to do it again. We're going to change the position of the hands. I want you to rotate your palms to the ceiling. I never, nearly never, go arms down, because what does that do to the shoulder? It's awful. So I always play palms up. Okay, so that allows the shoulders to be open. So this time she's keeping her knees hip width apart, as should you be. Okay, her legs are staying soft and her bottom's soft. She's going to reach the arms as close to her body as if her hands are going to touch her toes. They're not, it's still just a head curl. So we start, then we don't go yet, and you should be in neutral, neutral, neutral. We're going to start with a nice lateral breath here, then we'll breathe out, squeeze that, imprint the spine, and then the head will lift, shoulders will stay back and down, and the hands will reach. Here we go. Breathe in. As you breathe out, squeeze the abdominals, tuck the back into the floor nice and gently, no tension in here, and head curls round. Sliding the arms along the floor towards your feet, squeeze, you should shake. And then, thank you. And then breathe in, slowly lower. She's getting to the floor going, thank goodness. Here we go again, just blow, squeeze, lengthen. That's it, don't get that chin any closer. Whoa. And then slowly back and release. Good stuff. Okay, should have said it at the beginning, and I'm going to say it now. So you've had a little taster of lifting your head. Some of you have such an anterior head carriage that those muscles are so weak, you won't be able to do as many as Jessica did. So what we do in that case is we place the hands not interlinked, but just underneath the occiput, which is the bone at the bottom here, the bottom of your skull. We keep the elbows, again, because we're working on the shoulder position, nice and open. So you're literally just supporting the head. So we're going to do that again. That's a little bit harder on the abdominals because we put the weight behind us, but now instead of straining our neck, we're going to use just the abdominals to pull us around. So let's try that. Breathe out, squeeze the abdominals, keeping the length in the shoulders, shoulders back and down. Yes, good. And you're supporting the head, but really come up a little. Oh, yes. And then slowly lower back down. We'll do one more of those. Blow, squeeze, rib cage drop, beautiful. Coming round, you can drop the chin a bit more. And that's shoulders down, keep lifting. And then breathe in and lower. Have a breather. So Pilates is pretty tough. People think Pilates is easy, but actually any exercise is easy if it's done incorrectly. But do this correctly and you will be strong so quickly. Okay, so we're going from the head curls and we're just going to take more of the exercise down the bottom for a minute. So what I'd like you to do is a little bit of a bum shuffle. It's hard in this position. I don't think you'll slide on the mat, that's all. Can you slide on the mat? No, I meant leg slide. Can you slide your heels on the mat?
Not doing it well. Might be very much more.
No. Okay. So what we'll do is just grab one knee. You can do this at home too. And then just push your leg away from you and use your strength in your body. You didn't have to sit up tall, you could just go round. That's fine. Have a little bum shuffle now. You're going to bum shuffle towards the end of the mat. To about that line, it's fine. Okay, so we've still got our feet at 90 degrees, knees at 90 degrees, feet flat on the floor. Take a breath in and gently lower yourself down, using your hands on your thighs. We'll get to that later. Okay, so this is just a leg slide. So what we're going to do with the leg slide, we're going to go and float our hands on our hip bones here. So we float, which again is more exercise for your arms, keeping everything as straight as possible. And a leg slide is a very, very gentle exercise. So we're hip width apart always, and we're going to do a little leg slide. So yes. Okay, so we're floating the arms in a nice position, trying to keep the shoulders back and down at the distance. And then we're going to take a nice breath in. And as we breathe out, pull up and pull in, imprint the spine, and slowly slide one leg away from you. Now what shouldn't happen, the pelvis shouldn't move one way or the other. Breathe in to bring it home. And then blow, squeeze, and take the other leg. So there should be no gap underneath your back, which is good. Jessica's got that. She's floating her arms and she's feeling her hips, her pelvis all the time. Blow, squeeze, take the other. So every time you blow, you drive a leg away. As you breathe in, you bring it back towards you. Don't rush the exercise, and if you feel at all lightheaded because there's so much oxygen going in your body right now, you may feel so you can just lay there and have a rest. If you're exhausted, take a rest. Okay, and slowly back. And blow, squeeze, pulling these down even more, pull the rib cage down, work hard. Don't waste one exercise. Bring it in. And we've just got one more leg slide. Blow, squeeze. That's floppy, isn't it? Breathe in and come back. Well done. Okay, so she can relax for a second. Now we're going to go into what I call the arm lifts. Now this can be hard, especially if you are rotated round and you're in this sort of position with the head forward. As you get to here, you'll find that your rib cage will want to lift. So I want you to focus on driving the arm as far as is comfortable for you. It might not get to the floor, but focusing on keeping the rib cage engaged with your center, your core. Okay, so hands down by your sides, Jessica. Oh, in fact, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do hands towards the ceiling. It's much easier for later on exercise. So arms facing the ceiling, like a little robot. That's beautiful. Keeping all of this so your knees stay hip width apart, they don't fall. So again, you're having to focus on so many things. Starting from a neutral position. Lovely. Later on, you can stay imprinted, but you do get a little break. Okay, as you breathe out, you'll contract here, imprint your spine, and take your right arm back behind you. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, pull up and pull in, imprint the spine, pulling the navel down to the spine as you slide your arm back without the rib cage. You've got to use the, oh yes, use those muscles. Breathe in to bring it back and slide the other arm. Squeeze, pull the abdominals. She's really engaging the upper abdominals here, which is lovely. Just going to have a feel under here. Breathe in, come back. And blow, squeeze, take the other one. So we're alternating the arms and really working right from down in your center. Breathe in. You might not feel everything I'm talking about. Don't worry. Your body learns as we go through these exercises. You become more focused, more concentrated, more connected to your body. Again, think, where are my feet? Where are my knees? Where is my focus? What are my muscles doing? Keeping a nice upright position, shoulders back and down still. Beautiful. Keep going with this one. Breathe in. We've got one more on each. Blow, squeeze. Really focusing on here. This is really good work. Breathe in. Last one. Blow. Shh. Really pull down more. Good. Breathe in. Come on. She's going to know she's had this lesson today. And just relax. Hug your knees in if you'd like to. I'll take the tissue away. That's just because she needed a sticky feet, not to send her slide on the floor. Okay. Feel all right? Okay, so this is a nice position here where we can just relax the spine, relax the muscles, have a breather before we start all over again. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to start with our feet on the floor, but you can keep them on the mat this time. So you can squeeze back a couple of inches. That's lovely. So we're always sort of, when I say neutral, I always put people in about 90 degrees. Still not there. You go that way a little bit more. Sorry. Okay. So 90, yeah, so they're still hip width apart, into your neutral spine position. Still got to go down, yes, good. So Again, that's one of the things you need to work on, because later on, when you're stronger, we probably won't imprint so much. We'll use ourselves in a more neutral position, but we imprint for support when we're not strong. Okay, so this one, we're going to do alternate leg lifts. So again, she's going to use her hands as a monitor to make sure that she can hold all this steady. What we're going to do is don't do it. Bring your leg up into a 90 degree at the hip, 90 degree at the knee. And then we're going to take it back down. So like a leg slide, but we're just going to bring it up, what we call to a tabletop position. Okay, so lengthen your neck, drop your shoulders away from your head. Take a breath in. And then as you breathe out, pull up and pull in, squeeze the back down to the floor, imprint the spine, and bring one leg to tabletop. Put your toes up so everything is working. Everything muscle-wise is working. Breathe in lower, slow, controlled. Is this moving? Squeeze down. You don't get neutral in this one. Foot down, foot down, foot. Breathe in. Breathe out, lift, squeeze, imprint. Oh, see that hand's gone down. So we've got to try and really engage the core centerpiece, and then breathe and lower. Keep squeezing, keep squeezing. You can't let go of that. Blow, squeeze, lift the second leg. Oh, it's hard, isn't it? Okay, so I can monitor this. Lower down, breathe in. Keep the pressure down on your back, keep the pressure down, keep squeezing. Breathe in to prepare. Breathe out, lift the nose, you're tilting. Push yes, you've got to hold this. Squeeze more here, squeeze. Okay, so what's happening is she's weak on that side, so her whole hips are rotating. And then, again, hold that pressure as you low down, breathe in. That's hard, isn't it? And then prepare. And then blow. What you want is straight arms as well, good. It's hard. And then breathe in. So you're good on this side. Now really focus. As you imprint, hold it tight. Squeeze down into the floor. Now lift the leg. Don't lose the pressure on the hand. Squeeze. Okay, and lower down. Last one. Blow, squeeze. Keep squeezing. That's beautiful. Stay long. And then lower down. Wonderful. Relax for a second. Hug your knees into your chest. Okay, so again, when you're with me on a one-to-one, I would put a blood pressure cuff underneath you, and then we can see when you go move a leg or an arm, how that basically, the weakness shows up. So it's all about you on your own having to remember to feel how much you're pulled in, and if you lift a leg or an arm, is there sort of a movement going on? And really focusing, small movements, get it right, and then improve the movements, but don't try and leap ahead too far. Okay, I think I wanted to do one more thing. No, I think that's enough for does that feel enough for you today?
I think so.
Wonderful. Okay, so we might as well do the stretch off here. So you've worked quite hard. She's starting a stretch. If you just drop that leg nearest to the camera, and then you can bring this leg into your chest. So here we're working to stretch out the gluteal muscles, and in a second we'll change that to be more of the hamstrings. So most of our stretches we hold for 30 seconds post-exercise. They're really, really good to feel a good stretch. So breathe in, and then as you breathe out, lengthen that leg. Take your hands to the back of your leg, back of your calf, and then pull that in. Now, because we have people who are going to struggle with that, I always say have a hand towel with you. So the nice thing is here, she can put the hand towel to the back of her foot. Don't pull your foot down yet. That's another stretch. And straighten the leg. Straighten. You can lean up. Oh yes. So straighten the leg to really get that hamstring stretch. You can feel that, can't you? Don't increase the stretch by doing that. You make it harder on yourself. So we have a hamstring stretch with a straight leg now. And then she can breathe in and relax, and it might go a little bit further. Please don't force yourself. And then to increase that stretch, we then pull the foot down. Now you can pull the foot down or you can move the towel towards the front of the foot. And again, you feel that stretch. She's trying to bend the knee a little bit. You may need to, that's fine. We're going to do a bent knee in a second. So in that position, she's having a really good stretch. Are you? Okay. Now, breathe in, bend the knee towards your chest, bring your hands out, keep hold of your towel. Oh, good. So elbows out to the side, and then we're going for the short hamstring, so you can feel that, can't you? So we're sort of pulling it in, but we're mainly pulling it that way. Don't force it, Jess. Your legs should be nice and relaxed on the floor. It's a stretch, it's not a fight. Okay. And then you can gently release that. Okay, so let's do that with the other leg. So we're going to first hug that knee in. They might want to have seen that, so before you do that, put that 90 degrees. So again, if you've got back problems, you're going to want to pick your leg up with the other leg supporting, then take the other leg away. But yeah, so I'm just showing them this. So pick that leg up, and then you can slide that leg away. You're in a nice safe position. This is a good stretch. So she brings the, we won't be this flexible. I mean, what is she, 25? You are quite flexible. Okay, so this is good. Not only is she stretching, don't release and pull in, you just hold and keep your elbows out, the glutes. But also we're looking here, maybe a little bit of hip flexor stretch for you as well, depending on how tight they are. If we've got osteoarthritis of the hips, then obviously you may have this position going on, but that weight of your leg will help to stretch out through there as well, so that's quite nice. Okay, take a breath in. As you breathe out, lengthen the leg, grab the back of the knee, back of the calf. Lovely. I'm going to give you the towel. Okay, so this is a good time to get the towel. And then you lift up your torso, lift up your head, so you can straighten that leg, preferably. You can have a longer towel, by the way. Okay, so I only gave her a short towel. So yes, the main thing is to keep this straight. Don't put any tension on the rest of it. Just your leg, push your, lovely. Don't forget, when we're just going into the straight leg stretch, point your toe, because it will take the stretch off the calf, and then we'll increase it to bring the calf in, which doesn't feel very nice, does it? Okay, so then we'll increase it by placing the towel onto the calf, keep the leg long, so that's it, don't rush, breathe. Don't take yourself beyond where you want to be, because you don't want pain, and your leg might be here, it doesn't matter. We all start somewhere. So as I say, perhaps a longer towel to help you do this stretch. And then from there, we bend the elbows, we bring the knee in, and we pull the leg that way. So relax, it's not a fight, Jessica, it's a stretch, darling. Okay, that's super. So you can have the toes still towards you, and we're going for short hamstrings again. We've just done the calf, up in the long-legged one when we pulled the toes in, but you've a little bit of calf here as well, because of course you've got soleus, there's another muscle that doesn't cross the back of the leg, so it can be done in a bent leg position. Have you had enough? You're not supposed to fidget, by the way. A stretch is a stretch. We hold the stretch. That's Jessica, so please don't think this is a bounce stretch. Okay, take a breath in and gently release. That was super well done. Knees to 90 degrees, feet flat on the floor. Okay, roll towards the camera for me, and then come into a kneeling position. So actually stay there. Again, you've just been on the floor for a little while. You'll want to make sure that the blood returns to your brain before you try and do anything else. So I don't know if you can sit on your heels. I know Jessica can, so I'm not going to make you do that. I'm going to get her to come up onto her knees. Okay, and from there, she can put her hands on her hips with her palms facing her body, thumbs to the front, and we're literally going to open the chest and stretch. So pulling the abdominals in still. If you can't get your feet flat on the floor like this, please put your toes underneath you. And that literally just opening out the chest, keeping the head in alignment, chin is in, and having a little chest stretch. Later on, I'll show you videos of us helping each other stretch, and you can do that also if you have a partner working out with you at home. Lovely. And then just gently release that, take your elbows to the front, pop them over the top of your head, squeeze your abdominals, keep this like a little picture frame, isn't it? And then just lean to the side. Stay up and square. You don't want to be leaning forward or backwards, just nice and straight. You should feel a stretch all the way from the elbow, all the way down to the hip. And then we're gently breathing through this. And then gently come up and to the other side. Feel that stretch. These stretches are amazing. If you don't stretch normally, stretching is so important for the body. stretch and flexibility. Breathe in, stretch tall. Oh, as if you just woke up in the morning, but you haven't. And then hands to the front, and then we're going to place the toes underneath us and come into this little squat position, which again is a lovely position to stretch in. If you can't hold this position, that's fine, then you're going to come up. So the best way to come up is through a roll up. So we're going to put our head down and our bums up. Before you go, just make sure that your feet are hip width apart. Lower the head, lengthen your legs. You'll feel that nice stretch.
Okay, so here we go, rolling up nice and slowly. Weight over the top of the heels, shoulders back and down, eyes on that navel, squeeze that core. Really slowly, keeping the weight forward still until you start to restack that spine. Slowly, 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 up, and then lift the arms as you breathe in, right up to the top. Let's go for the full body stretch, as if you just woke up, so just lift right up, stretch everything, and then release the arms down to the side. Rock the feet, Jessica's joining me here. Roll your shoulders around, wonderful. So, the class was quite small, but that's because I really want you to focus on that pull up and pull in. So lifting up that pelvic floor, really pulling in the core. These first few sessions, the first few days, 5-6 days of class 1, please focus on that, because we do move on quite quickly and I'm going to be throwing other things at you. So you really need to get that pulled up, pulled in feeling, shoulders back and down, lengthen neck, practice it all day. That would be amazing. How was that for you, Jessica? Brilliant, thank you.
Okay, so you're new to Pilates?
I certainly am.
And how have you felt about these exercises?
Definitely feel getting a bit longer, leaner and stronger.
Longer, leaner, stronger. Fantastic. Okay, well, thank you for watching. Thank you for participating. And I look forward to you doing these classes at least for this week, every single day, so that you don't ever have to go back to the cycle of pain. And we'll also see you in class 2 when you get there. Thank you so much. Take care. Have a great day.